What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lamonts G Custom Live Show, the number 3 podcast. I heard some of the stupidest crap I ever heard in my life yesterday, and I just want to address it, man. Not going to keep you too long. I gotta go walk, get my exercise in. But if you guys are familiar with Roland Martin, that fat, black, nasty piece of stanky doo-doo, I'm not necessarily sure what his place in the world is. I don't know if he's a journalist, media pundit, what. But I first learned about Roland, should we call her Rolanda Martin, probably back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I guess you could say. I used to listen to the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. The people he had on there, the female and J. Anthony Brown, I think that was his co-host, a comedian. Love these guys, love them. But Tom Joyner was a piece of crap. You know, he's from Tuskegee, Alabama. You know where my father's from, and they used to have this cruise every year, and a radio personality, a racist radio personality, put it like that. So, listening to the Tom Joyner Morning Show, he used to have Roland Martin, on his show a lot. And I guess this is where I fell into the ice. I wasn't a Democrat, but you have your ice Democrats, ignorant, crazy, and evil. I guess this is where I fell into the ice phase. I was ignorant to the fact of a lot of stuff they were saying were racist, politically motivated, that type of thing. Just listen to the show. And there was another dude, I think Travis Smiley was one of the guys too. But Roland Martin was a very, very big mouthpiece on the Tom Joyner Morning Show when he was a guest. So over the years, I've learned that individuals like Roland Martin, Travis Smiley, these guys are puppets, political mouthpieces for the Democratic Party. Okay, it is what it is. You have the same thing on the other side. Unfortunately, I kind of got knee deep in a few things they were saying, especially when Barack Obama was inaugurated the first time. And on the other side, which I'm a conservative, I always have been. But I just wonder what in the world, why they got something against this black dude, man? You know, they said he's a socialist and he's this and he's that, which all turned out to be true. Facts. But at the time, I'm like, why are they talking about this dude, man? And Roland Martin, Travis Smiley, and Tom Joyner, these were huge mouthpieces for not only Barack Obama, but for the Democratic Party. And before I started putting the pieces together and I got the proposal completed, I got knee deep into all of the rhetoric they were saying because I'm like, they right. They just on this dude because he got dark skin. Well, he's got darker skin because he's a mixed kid. He's a mixed dude. And he's having to be the president. And since I'm like, what, enough is enough. Everything these folks were saying were facts. Because of Barack Obama, we got gay crap everywhere. Everywhere. Because of Barack Obama, we got this United Socialist healthcare scheme. And the list goes on and on and on. Hell, a lot of people say that Iran was financial benefactors of Barack Obama giving them billions of dollars. And the reason that they weren't scared of nothing and nobody. So Fast forward to what's the date? Um, April the 9th, 2026. I hear something. Was it on the radio or podcast somewhere that this dude Roland Martin was somewhere speaking, and he was calling for all the alphas, all the omegas, all the kappas, all the sigmas, all the iotas to come to his side and fight against this radical regime of mega. What the fuck this dude talking about? This dude is insane. So I say all that to say this. He's still a puppet or still a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party, except when he was speaking 20 some odd years ago, he kind of made a tad bit of sense, not much, but a tad bit of sense. This dude makes no sense whatsoever now. Straight loco. I can't listen to those folks. I'm going to be honest with you. I wish they didn't exist. But, that's the world we live in. You got to have good and evil. You got to have bad and the good. But there's people that he won't dare go in the arena with. As much as I dislike Stephen A. Smith, he wouldn't dare go in the arena with Stephen A. Smith. Period. And Stephen A. Smith is a fucking idiot. But he won't dare go in that ring with him. And when you do crap like Roland Martin, he wore a shirt, vote like a black woman. Vote like me. Like, this motherfucker just called. This motherfucker's a bitch. Vote like a black woman. Vote like me. And then a lot of people said, I didn't see it, that he accidentally uploaded some porn shit, some gay porn that he was a part of. Listen, let's do this piece of shit, man. But this crap about all the black fraternities to join him against Project 2026 or 2029, whatever it is. Dude's crazy. He's out of his mind. And I've seen more fraternity brothers, whether they were Alphas, Kappas, Sigmas, whatever, on my side. Not necessarily mega, but on the side of conservatism. And when you open your eyes up and get off that Democratic plantation, you can't go back. You may quit mega, but you're not going to quit conservatism. Period. It's not going to happen. And speaking of that, unfortunately, y'all, there's a major war going on with the mega movement, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson. And listen, ever since Marjorie Taylor Greene and her shenanigans happened, these folks fought and fought to get the conservatives in power in the House, in the Senate, and in the presidency. And it's like after Trump and Elon Musk got in their little riff, it was like the honeymoon's over. Excuse me. My damn hair falling up. It's like the honeymoon's over. And it's been nothing but infighting since. Elon Musk, other media people, other high-profile celebrity figures, Congress people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, media pundits like Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly. It's been nothing but a fucking disaster ever since. We can't, excuse me, we can't win and keep on winning and keep on winning. Somebody on the conservative side has to screw up. And see, as much as I loathe and hate it, well, I don't hate nobody, but as much as I dislike these low down, dirty Democrats, Their mission is to destroy good, and they haven't let up. They want to destroy this country. They want to destroy Christianity. They want to destroy masculinity, and they're not letting up. We can't. We got all three branches of government. If you want to consider, um, we got the Congress and legislature. We got the presidency. We have more conservative judges on the bench, and we lose it because we can't stop fighting. These fuckers with these egos and just gotta be right. Oh my God. See, that's why I talk to a lot of people who are not Republican, not liberal, Democrats. Not even in the middle, they people who just don't care. But they look at the conservative party, mainly the Republican Party, and say these are billionaires and millionaires and people with egos. And goddamn, like I'd agree with them. Why the hell is Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly fussing and fighting with the mega movement? Why? It makes no sense. Are these guys' egos that freaking big? They just can't let bygones be bygones. Speak the truth and call out wrong when it's wrong. Ain't blame you on that. But damn it, we winning. We was winning. But now we look like a bunch of buffoons because we can't stop fighting. It's disgusting, and I can't. It's just hard for me to understand it. Damn it, it's just hard for me to understand, man. But that's the first thing I wanted to bring up. The second thing, and the final thing, is on the drive home, the radio station I listen to, one of them, WERC, I think it's 105.5 out of Birmingham. If you live in at that area or Alabama, you'll know what I'm talking about. So at the top of every hour, they give news updates both nationally, internationally, and locally. Well, if you live in Alabama, you know that I want to say April 10th will be the last day of the legislature. It's either April 9th or April 10th. Last day of the legislature. They come together in January, February. They do all these bills and budgets and this and that for three months, and it ends in April. Well, I don't know what they were arguing about, but I heard this white senator out of Alabama, say he was homeless for 2 years in Florida, and I want to say his mama walked out on him or threw him out of something, but he said he was homeless for 2 years in the state of Florida. And then I hear this black woman. She's a congresswoman, don't know what part of Alabama she represents, but she said, well, black homeless ain't like white homeless. Yeah, your homeless ain't like my homeless. I'm like, what the? I'm trying to watch my language, y'all. What the F did she just say? That a white man or a white woman or a Mexican or a Chinese individual being homeless, it ain't like being a black homeless. What does that even mean? What, does, what does that mean? I tried my best to get some audio on this, but I don't know. I guess I have to go to AL.com or WBRC6 website and possibly get some audio and maybe bring it back up in a later podcast. But y'all, this was disgusting. And if you just listen to this woman's voice, she sounds just like damn, what's the black woman who was in Texas? Jasmine Crockett. She sounded just like Jasmine Crockett. But it wasn't. This was a black woman from the state of Alabama who represents some, I don't know, community or somewhere in Alabama. Ignorant, crazy. and evil. That's what these people are. And when you see a picture of Democrats, liberals, socialists, communists, think about that. Think about that ICE right over their heads. Ignorant, crazy, evil. But when you see a picture of conservatives, it's just a big old S over their heads. Stupid. The Democrats, ICE, ignorant, crazy, evil. The Republicans, the conservatives, I can't, you know what? I'm not going to say conservatives. I'm going to say Republicans. People who consider themselves Republicans. I do not consider myself a Republican. I consider myself a conservative Christian. I have to vote Republican if I want to see the majority of my uh, things that I want to see in government happen. I have to vote Republican, but I am a conservative. But when you see a picture of any conservative, most of them anyway, and I ain't talking about your what's his name, Donaldson, the one who's running for governor in Florida. These are good guys. I'm not talking about these guys. They're good, hard-working conservatives. I'm talking about your Megyn Kellys and your Tucker Carlsons and these folks. And listen, I like these guys. I do. But just think in the last 6 months, when it comes to Candace Owens, when it comes to Tucker Carlson, when it comes to Megyn Kelly, and each one of them represents a large group of others. Megyn Kelly got millions of people follow her. Tucker Carlson got millions of people who follow him. Candace Owens got millions of people who follow her. So now you got to divide. Because I know guys who love Candace Owens back in the 20 teens, 16, 17, 18. They love Candace Owens. And they look at her now as like, this woman is batshit crazy. A lot of people who love Tucker Carlson. And what's the funny talking dude, the Jewish dude? I think he was having beef with Candace. They worked with the same little network before she was dismissed. Anyway, Ben Shapiro. I haven't heard much from Ben Shapiro, but a lot of people love Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson. And it's not simply giving your opinion about a certain country, what the Bible says about this country, because you got people on both sides of that argument. But when you have these bully platforms like these guys got, ooh, ooh, it's dangerous. And that's where we are right now, man. We are in dangerous, dangerous territory. And we're not unified. If we were unified, it'll be a different story, but we're not unified. Um, some of President Trump's biggest mouthpieces, back in his first campaign and going into this second one, he no longer has. He don't have those mouthpieces anymore. Speaking of those individuals I just spoke of, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're just gone. They're not part of the movement anymore. And it pisses me off when you have a Marjorie Taylor Greene going on shows like The View and these liberal shows. Was you ever conservative? Because you don't call yourself a conservative and then go on The View and go on liberal platforms. You don't do that because these people are evil. You want to stay away from these folks. So I'm questioning the fact, was she even conservative from the jump? I hear whole lot of people say that Candace Owens was never conservative. She's always been liberal. She used that conservative platform to rise to fame. Now, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to get up out of here. So this is going to be my epilogue conclusion. I say that, well, they say that Candace used that conservative platform to come to fame. Go back to Barack Obama's first term. I know so many media pundits that we used to talk. This. He's this. He's that. He's a socialist. He's a Marxist, which is all true, by the way. But they use that to become rich, writing books, doing documentaries. Sarah Palin, even though she was in the political space as governor of Alaska, running for other, I think she was running as vice president, I want to say, against Obama. She got rich. They use these situations to get rich. So why wouldn't I think Candace Owens and these others, Ben Shapiro and all these other folks, Tucker Carlson, didn't use that conservative, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're popular, that conservative popularity to get rich and famous. Because these are big dogs then in the media space. Big dogs. I don't care if their platforms are YouTube, Rumble, or whatever. These are monsters in the media space. Only a few that I think are bigger, like Joe Rogan and what's that psychopath Piker, Hassan Piker, I think that's his name. Only a few are bigger than these guys, man. So yeah, they use, and I think they use the conservative popularity to get to the point where they are now rich, a lot of power, etc. No different than the people did back in Obama days. They ain't no different. No different whatsoever. But guys, that's gonna be it for me. I appreciate you. I love you. And as always, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, you guys be blessed, man. And I'll see you next time.